Hey guys, I hope you had a great day, and today's vid is about Sideswipe from the Bayverse Transformers. Sideswipe's sudden disappearance without an explanation in the Bayformers made us fans believe he either died in hands of Lockdown and Cemetery Wind or still hiding. The real reason why Sideswipe never appeared in the Bayverse after Dark of the Moon is because of his vehicle mode. The Chevrolet Corvette Stingray concept. This car was only made for public test and not actually for sales. So let's look at an alternate universe where he actually survived the events in between Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction and appears both in Age of Extinction and The Last Night. So let's start the video. So after Dark of the Moon, Sideswipe, like any other Autobot, would go to hiding. Eventually the Cemetery Wind finds Sideswipe's hiding place and they blew up the place where he was hiding. Sideswipe uses both his blasters and shoots Cemetery vehicles' tires, where the vehicles lose traction and crash on other Cemetery Wind vehicles. Sideswipe transforms into his Chevrolet Corvette Stingray concept car and escapes the Cemetery Wind vehicles due to the car's speed. But he would face another issue: the helicopters above him. He transforms back into his robot mode, and he wanted to misfire his shot, making the helicopters think the shot was for them, and helicopters bump into one and another, and Sideswipe transforms and makes a run. Here is where Sideswipe meets toe-to-toe with mercenary bounty hunter Lockdown. Sideswipe would attack Lockdown, but Lockdown dodges every one of Sideswipe's attack, and Lockdown gets his hook and slashes at Sideswipe, injuring him. And Lockdown asks where Optimus Prime, to which Sideswipe refuses to answer, and Lockdown grabs Sideswipe by his throat and gets Spark Extractor and tries to take Sideswipe's spark, and Sideswipe would do backflip and kicks Lockdown and slashes at Lockdown's chest, giving him the mark, and Sideswipe would transform, escape both Cemetery Wind and Lockdown. Later Sideswipe would leave a message to any Autobot survivors, and he would get a message from B, stating that him, Hound, Crossrus and Drift are in Monument Valley, and during this journey, Sideswipe would see a silver Mercedes-AMG 1 and would scan that as his new alternate mode. The reason why Sideswipe would scan a Mercedes-AMG 1 is because the car was introduced in 2017. But you may wonder, didn't the Age of Extinction release 2014? To that, yes, but Age of Extinction in universe takes place 2017, and Chevrolet Corvette Stingray concept was discontinued. So if Sideswipe still chooses the Chevy Corvette Stingray, he may be tracked due to the suspension of vehicle, which discontinued long back, and since Cemetery Wind knows what vehicle Sideswipe is, it would be a risk from him, and the Mercedes-AMG 1 is very fast car and little bulky, giving Sideswipe more speed, agility and armor, and he would make his way to Monument Valley. Sideswipe makes it to Monument Valley and tells the Autobots about his story, where he was about to be killed but survived from Lockdown and Cemetery Wind. Now let's look at the certain scenes where he would be in the movie. First, he would appear when Optimus reunites with the Autobots. He would also appear when Autobots storm into Chaos I Company. Then Sideswipe would appear in the highway scene, and Sideswipe, Crossrus, Drift and Hound fight Stinger, and later he would appear in the Lockdown ship to rescue Optimus with Drift and Hound. He would also appear in the Hong Kong battle scene, helping Hound and B fight of KSI drones, and Sideswipe would have toe-to-toe fight KSI boss. And Sideswipe would help Bumblebee fight Lockdown in final battle. Sideswipe would also be in the ending scene of Age of Extinction. By the time of The Last Night, Sideswipe would scan another vehicle, that being the Kernus to J. Esco in the real world. This was introduced in 2019, and The Last Night in universe takes place in 2022. Since The Last Night had minimum about screen time, I think Sideswipe would definitely have his battle against Dreadbot and Mohawk, and he would appear in the final battle of The Last Night. He would be in ship firing at Decepticons, and he would leave Earth with his friends Bumblebee, Hot Rod, Drift, Crossrus, Hound, Optimus Prime, and that brings us to the end of video. I hope you all enjoyed. Yet again, see you in another awesome video.